Hello everyone, welcome to Venus English. I brought the exactly same article that we covered last time to read it out loudly. The title is Trump's warns exemption on smartphone electronics will be short-lived. Promised future tariffs. The US president has said no one is getting off the hook as he promised to launch a national security investigation into the semiconductor sector. The exemption of smartphone, laptops, and other electronic products from import tariffs on China will be short-lived. Top US officials have said with Donald Trump warning that no one was getting off the hook. There was no tariff exception, Trump said in a social media post on Sunday. These products are subject to the existing 20% fentanyl tariffs, and they are just moving to a different tariff buckets. In the post on his Truth Social platform, Trump promised to launch a national security trade investigation into the semiconductor sector and the whole economic supply chain. We will not be held hostage by other countries, especially hostile trading nations like China, he added. The White House had announced on Friday the exclusion of some electronic products from stiff reciprocal tariffs on China. US stock markets were expected to stage a recovery after the announcements. Shares in Apple and chipmaker Nvidia were on course to soar after tariffs on their products imported into the US were lifted for 90 days. However, Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said on Sunday that critical technology products from China would face separate new duties along with semiconductors within the next 2 months. Lutnick said Trump would enact a special focus type of tariff on smartphones, computers, and other electronic products in a month or two, alongside sectoral tariffs targeting semiconductors and pharmaceuticals. The new duties would fall outside of Trump's so-called reciprocal tariffs on China, he said. He's saying they are exempt from the reciprocal tariffs, but they are included in the semiconductor tariffs, which are coming in probably a month or two. Lutnick said in an interview on ABC, predicting that the levies would bring production of those products to the United States. These are things that are national security, that we need to be made in America. The world's two largest economies have been rocked in a fast-moving game of brinkmanship since Trump launched the global tariff assaults that particularly targeted Chinese imports. Tit-for-tat exchanges have seen U.S. levies imposed on China rise to 145%, and Beijing setting a retaliatory 125% levy on U.S. imports. Trump's back and forth on tariffs triggered the wildest swings on Wall Street since the COVID pandemic of 2020. The benchmark Standard & Poor's 500 index is down more than 10% since Trump took office on January. After announcing sweeping imports tax on dozens of trade partners, Trump abruptly issued a 90-day pause for most of them. China was excluded from the reprieve. The fallout from Trump's tariffs and subsequent whiplash policy reversals sent shockwaves through the U.S. economy, with investors dumping government bonds, the dollar tumbling, and consumer confidence plunging. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a Democrat, criticized the latest revision to Trump's tariffs plan, which economists have warned could dent economic growth and fuel inflation. There is no tariff policy, only chaos and corruption, Warren said on ABC this week, speaking before Trump's latest post on social media. Beijing's Commerce Ministry had said Friday's move to exempt some electronic products only represents a small step, and insisted that the Trump administration should completely cancel the whole tariff strategy. China has sought to strengthen ties with neighboring countries amid the escalating trade war. Chinese President Xi Jinping will visit Vietnam on Monday as he begins a tour of Southeast Asia. Alright, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.